Hey everyone, it's Lisa here. I wanted to come and talk for a minute about an example that I use a lot of times when I'm helping a client in my therapy practice understand triggers and things like self-esteem and stuff like that, and how those two things are related. So, because right now I obviously don't have anybody in my space with me to do this little demonstration with, I have nominated my good friend Piggy here to be the other participant in this example. So, what I often explain to people is that when somebody, is in our world, in our lives, and says or does something that triggers us, the fact that they are saying something to us that feels hurtful, rude, whatever, is based in part by how we feel about ourselves. And here is my example of this. If I were having a conversation with Piggy here, and let's pretend like that would not be a crazy thing since it's a stuffed animal, and I said to Piggy, Piggy, that is the ugliest blue bow that I've ever seen in my whole life. I cannot believe you would wear a blue bow. Don't you know how ugly it is? Don't you know how stupid it makes you look? Right? And so if Piggy were like many of us humans, he would look down at his bow, assuming he could see his neck, and he would look down and go, oh my gosh, do I have an ugly blue bow on? And he would look down and see, wait a minute, this is not a blue bow. So Piggy might even say, Lisa, I don't have a blue bow. And I would say, no, that is the ugliest blue bow ever. You're so stupid for wearing it, right? At that point, Piggy is going to realize, hopefully, that I have checked in with myself and I'm not wearing a blue bow. I have a red bow on. And if Lisa keeps telling me I have a blue bow on when I'm checking and I know that I don't, then somehow Lisa is either mistaken or crazy or something. But I'm good. I'm good. I have a red bow on, so it doesn't matter what Lisa thinks. She's misinformed in some way. Okay. And then Piggy would either tell me that I'm misinformed, or would be like, okay, Lisa, you have a nice day now, and go off on his merry way. Right? So if he checks in with himself and sees that the information that I'm giving is not correct, it's not factual, it's really easy for Piggy to be in a place of letting me be whoever I am and removing himself if, I don't change, right? The trouble for all of us comes in when, if I were to look at Piggy and say that's the ugliest blue bow I've ever seen, Piggy looks down at himself and is like, oh my God, I thought this was red the whole time. Lisa must be right. This must be an ugly blue bow, right? If Piggy starts to believe that what I'm saying is true, despite whatever evidence he might have otherwise, that's evidence that somehow Piggy is being really influenced by what I'm saying and not the facts that are in front of him. And I feel like it's a silly example, but where I use this so often is that when somebody is on our path and they trigger us, we're only going to really be triggered by it if we at least partially believe what they're saying is true. If we fact check and come to the conclusion, nope, what they're saying is not true, we can leave. We can dismiss what they're saying. We could pat them on the head and say okay, you're okay. If we stay in anger, if we stay in sadness, if it creates a lot of self-doubt in us, what it means is that we are somehow not looking at facts, and we are instead looking at what they are saying is true. And if that's happening, there's a chance, a great chance in fact, that we already were carrying that belief with us before the person said that, right? So if I already don't like my wild, crazy hair and someone makes a comment about my hair, then I'm going to be like, oh, gosh, you're right. Like, I've never liked my hair. My hair is weird. It's different than everybody else's, right? If I love my crazy hair and embrace its wildness and somebody makes a comment about, ooh, your hair, if I feel good about it, that comment is going to bounce right off. It doesn't matter what they think. If it bothers me, it's telling me that I'm already carrying self-doubt with me. So here's what we do about all that. If it's bothering me, I can't change the other person's behavior. I can't make them be less rude, less mean, whatever. What I can do is, if it triggers me and it sticks with me, that is my signal that I have some healing work to do, that I need to maybe go back and figure out, where did I pick up this belief that other people's opinions mean more to me than my own? Where did I pick up this belief that I need other people's validation? Where did I pick up this belief that if I'm different in some way, that it's sort of dangerous to not fit in? So my goal then is to go back and look at the history of where this belief came from, so that I can then bring healing to it. There will be more coming in future videos to kind of explain a little bit about how to do that, like how to find that belief and then how to bring healing to it. But I first and foremost wanted to just bring awareness, with Piggy's help, of course, that when we are triggered, it is a calling in ourselves to do some healing work. So I hope this video has been helpful. Certainly please give it a comment or a share, and certainly a subscribe. And I look forward to talking more with you guys soon. Peace out. Bye.